have you ever wondered why the president has had such a difficult time balancing the budget over the past 4 years? Well, I think we may have found the answer during his appearance on The Tonight Show. Watch this.
When you help your daughters with their homework, is there a subject you struggle with?
Well, the math stuff I was fine with up until about 7th grade.
Yeah.
But Malia's now a freshman in high school, and I'm pretty lost.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's tough.
All right, that might explain why he's so reluctant to release his college transcripts and why he's been avoiding real media outlets. Now, today, on the heels of his big Leno appearance, he taped an interview with Inside Edition that's set to air Friday. And the First Lady, she's providing cover for him over at ABC. She's going to visit veteran journalist Jimmy Kimmel, and that's going to be a barn burner. And glad to see that everybody's priorities are in order. Joining me with reaction now are, well, we have Jedediah Bila, and Democratic strategist Mo Elleithee is back. Real tough interviews there, Mo.
Come on. It's the end of the campaign. This is what candidates do.
I don't have a problem.
Mitt Romney was just on The View. I mean, this is what they do. It's a good way to reach a different... Wasn't he?
Mrs. Romney.
Or Mrs. Romney was on The View. He was on another one of those daytime, not very hard-hitting shows.
He was on Kelly and Michael, I think.
That's it. Right.
I honestly don't have a problem. This is what I have a problem with. When you go on Letterman and The View and Jimmy Kimmel and all these other shows, but you don't have time for Bibi Netanyahu.
Right.
And you don't have time... He's got a job, and if I meet with Bibi, I got to meet with 10 other guys. Sorry.
Yeah, well, he's a professional campaigner. I think he's doing it for another reason as well, though. I think he's worried about his likability. In the debates, I think his likability took a big hit. They were counting on Mitt Romney not being a likable guy, and they were counting on Barack Obama being the guy everyone wanted to grab a beer with. He had the highest likability. Mitt Romney has closed the gap in likability, and Barack Obama in those debates came off as condescending. He came off as arrogant.
Tonight's ABC Washington Post.
Exactly. That's why the female vote now has leveled as well, 47-47. I think that's a big reason why.
Those are two. You got 3 polls: Gallup, ABC News, Washington Post, and Rasmussen. All show 50-47 Romney. Now that doesn't go to the Electoral College, but he's an incumbent president. His likability's gone down. Romney's gone up. It's even with women, and the independent swing is 16 points compared to 2008. That's got to be concerning for your side, even though I know you're more of a Hillary guy than an Obama guy.
Look, I mean, no question it's tightened up. No question that there was a momentum and some surge coming, especially after that first debate. I don't think there's anybody on either side of the aisle that can dispute that. Right. I do think that there's some stabilization, particularly in the states. And at the end of the day, that's where it's going to matter. Yeah. Right? We're not seeing much more of a Romney surge in many of these states.
Romney's going to take North Carolina. I would argue Florida is now comfortably Romney, and the same with Virginia. Last 4 polls out of Virginia.
I would not say. I do a lot of work in Virginia, as you know, and it is dead even.
Well, then why is Romney up in 2 points in the latest polls?
Yeah, 2 points in the latest polls is totally within the margin of error, and you can't discount the importance of the ground game.
Well, the ground game is going to be important.
And he's closed the gap in Ohio significantly as well. Remember, Barack Obama had a much more significant lead there. That's an important state for the Republicans.
Yeah, he's saying
Romney has been closing it. Well, not based on what I'm seeing for Ohio.
Well, he's narrowed the gap, but that narrowing seems to have stopped a bit in the last few days.
Romney if he doesn't get Ohio, because if he doesn't get Ohio, then he's got to get Wisconsin, Colorado, New Hampshire, and either Nevada or Iowa.
It's tough to run the table.
That's tough to run the table.
Yeah. The big problem for Barack Obama, though, I think, is that he hasn't introduced anything new. Even he released this booklet giving a summary
14
of all
days.
It's basically the stuff that he's been saying, the stuff that got us into the mess that we're in. So people don't have a reason to be enthusiastic and get out there and vote for him.
That's a good point.
What is he going to offer us?
I'll give you a chance. You're rolling your eyes here.
Yeah.
Give me specifics of Obama's. What is he going to do in a second term? Specifics.
Yeah, he has talked about dealing with the deficit by rolling back the Bush tax cuts on those who make over $250,000.
He wants to raise taxes on the rich. We got that.
Okay, he's talked about investing in education. He's talked about investing
in education is going to create jobs and get people out of poverty.
He's talked about investing in new energy, right? I mean, he's talked about some specifics.
We spend billions and we got nothing for it.
This is what he's been saying.
We're more energy independent today than we've been in decades.
Because of drilling on private land, which he's been deceitful about.
I mean, I'll put, whether or not you agree with it, Sean, I will put on the table that Barack Obama has laid out a more specific agenda than Mitt Romney has.
But the problem is that his agenda is the same agenda he had in 2008, which is the same reason we have the problems we have right now. He would need to come out and support Mitt Romney's agenda in order to be doing something beneficial.
That's all the time we have left. Thanks for being with us. Greta's next. See you tomorrow night.